What's going on, my friends? SeanPierceJohnson here, and welcome to this week's episode of Stompbox Saturday. And on the stompin' block today, we have something strange. We're opening the gate and going into the upside down with the Stranger Fuzzings from Pedrone Amplification out of Brazil. Pedrone is doing something really cool here. They are doing a tube fuzz, but there is so much about this that is very old school in its design. It's not a tube fuzz in the way that a lot of other people are doing tube fuzzes now. This kind of harkens back to a period of time where the pedal technology was somewhat primitive, and because of that, there's a sort of primal connection that you can make with this pedal, and it really just it sounds freaking cool. So let's go ahead, throw the pedal up on the screen, and take a look at the controls. Now, first and foremost, this thing is a massive pedal. It is not exactly the most pedalboard friendly pedal in the world because of, one, its size and the power. You actually have to plug in a IEC cable to it in order to get this thing powered up. There's actually a standby switch on this thing too, right up top. So basically, you plug in your power right here, and there's an on-off switch to turn on the circuit, turn on the pedal, so that it now lets the tube warm up and things can start getting going. So we have 4 controls on the pedal, which I think actually provide for a lot of different tones on it. You have gain, comp, presence, and volume. Now the volume, there is a lot of output volume to this thing, to the point where getting to talk with the guys at Pedrone, you really only need to, on a clean amp, go about that much. It's really all you need. The gain and compression have a really interesting relationship in that what you do to the compression will often affect what the gain knob is able to do. Gain, of course, you're going to get that saturation for the fuzz, but the compression kind of affects the way that that gain feels. It can get a little sputtery, not quite gated, but can definitely be squishy, or you can make it just big and gargantuan and just roaring. And then finally, presence, which is going to be the high-end EQ on this thing. There's a lot to cover with this pedal and its sound, and I think we should just listen to how it sounds into the orange Rocker Verb 100. Only thing between this pedal and the amplifier is the Boss TU3. Of course, we're going to use the trusty Les Paul, and any reverb and delay that you're hearing is going to come from the Nux Atlantic pedal. So let's take a listen. A lot to be done here with these controls, that we were able to get something that was like sputtery, kind of high gain fuzz, to even something like a broken up amplifier, like a small little combo amp, and really, really cool. And with that luscious tubey goodness in it, it just kind of sits it right there with how every guitar player likes to have their stuff. Analog and full of tubes. So here's a few of my favorite settings using the Stranger Fuzzings in front of the Rock Reverb's clean channel and in front of the dirty channel. That, my friends, was the Stranger Fuzzings by Pedrone Amplification, and that's just a little taste of what you can experience when you go to the Upside Down. I am having so much fun with this pedal. The fact that it is a tube fuzz, that I actually feel like the tube is doing a lot of the fuzz work, is pretty remarkable. A lot of the other fuzzes that have a tube in it these days, they're kind of getting to that point where the tube actually has an effect on the sound. But sometimes you run into tube pedals and you're just like, is there just an LED making this thing glow? This one, I definitely feel like that tube is pulling its weight. And the fact that it also can do sort of tube gain stage kind of stuff, and it's not just getting like this super gargantuan fuzz sound, definitely speaks volumes of what it can do and how well it is built. I definitely give the guys at Pedrone a big round of applause for that. Of course, its size is going to be a little bit of a knock against it, just because it's not the most pedal board friendly thing. But if you got a large pedal board, who really cares? Throw it on there and have a good time. The only real problem then is the thing of power. The fact that you need an IEC cable can be a bit of a problem, but I see myself using this more in the studio rather than in the live situation. So really having an IEC cable to power it isn't really going to cause that many problems. But hey, at least we know with that kind of power going into it that the tube is actually running the way a tube should run. And that's it. That's Stranger Fuzzings. And I'd love to know what you guys thought of it. You can let me know in the comments section below, and please do click that subscribe button when you see it. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss next week's episode of Stompbox Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me again this week, my friends. I always love having you hang out for a while. And until next time, my friends, I'm SeanPierceJohnson, wishing you all out there great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.